Since 2008, our collective goal has been to save our clients money and taxes due, provide accounting resources to small businesses, and educate underserved communities to create generational wealth. At Eminent Financial Services, we have been helping our clients manage their accounting functions, legally lower their taxes, get business credit and financing, and guide them in achieving personal and business financial goals. Other companies make promises on what they can do to help you. At Eminent Financial Services, we get results. Got IRS problems? Banks want to approve your business loan? Need help organizing your business? Or you simply need help getting your taxes filed? Then book your online appointment now for a free initial consultation. For 14 years, this is what we do. Eminent Financial Services, we get results.
My name is Daniel C., and I'm a farmer's insurance agent. My name is Daniel C., and I'm a farmer's insurance agent. I became a farmer's agent to help families understand the importance of protecting their family and their lifestyle in any event. In 2015, I experienced a sudden loss of my mother. Due to the lack of care from her insurance provider, she lacked the coverage needed for the unforeseen circumstance. The circumstance was all through while I was growing up, she had several insurance policies. Well, when she passed, all of a sudden, it was, within a 4-month period, she got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, went through treatment, and then died in June. All from January to June. So we did not know that she didn't have an insurance policy. So we had to pay out of pocket. This event prompted me to find a way to help other people not be blindsided by any devastating event that can cause a hardship on the family. That's why insurance is so important. At Farmers, we provide insurance for just about anything you can think of. Smart people have insurance. Really smart people choose me. Ready to get smarter about your insurance coverage and get that VIP treatment you deserve? Call us to set up your free policy review or text free quote to 501-835-2858. I know you're smart, but you can always get smarter on your insurance needs to make sure your family is protected the way you want them to be. We are Farmers.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where and when you're watching this live stream or catching the hashtag replay of this live stream. Greetings and welcome to Medical Monday. I'm Kevin Williams, your host. Our show is about educating, equipping, and empowering our audience is the goal for these shows. Today's guest is Dr. Sharonda Randle, a practitioner with Virtual Wellness Healthcare. Dr. Randle, welcome to Medical Monday.
Good evening or good morning. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all mine. So, Dr. Randle, before we kind of, talk about the subject at hand, if you would, share with us your specialty as a practitioner.
I am a family, my specialty is family medicine. So I can see anyone from young children up to the old elderly.
Okay. And, today we want to talk about hypertension or, AKA high blood pressure. But before we kind of just get into the, questions about hypertension, I want to ask the question of when it comes to hypertension, or also known as high blood pressure, is it more prevalent in the, like the Latino community and the Black community, or is it just more prevalent, just, only in either, the Black community or the Latino community, or is it both?
African Americans have the highest prevalence of hypertension. Yeah, we're like in the 56% or so, like that. We're high.
Okay. That's pretty high. So what causes hypertension, or what causes high blood pressure?
Okay, well, I guess we need to say what blood pressure is. Can I start with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so blood pressure is well, we need blood to circulate throughout our body because it nourishes our organs. It has the oxygens and the minerals and everything that our organs need. So that is, you need pressure in order to do this. So the heart is the pumping mechanism. So together the heart and the vessels are the arteries, which are the largest vessels, arterioles, and the veins. They're all called the cardiovascular system. So blood pressure is the force exerted by the circulating blood against the walls of our arteries and against to get the blood throughout our body. The blood pressure is created by the force of the blood pushing against those vessels. And the higher the pressure, the harder it is for the heart. The harder it is for the heart to pump the blood throughout the body.
Okay.
So some of the causes of hypertension, there are a few things like primary or essential hypertension. That is due to causes unknown, So, and then on the flip side, there is a secondary hypertension, and that occurs due to underlying causes. Some of these causes are diabetes, kidney disease, some hormonal issues, sleep apnea. So you need to, if you're snoring, sleep apnea can cause.
Wait. Hold on. So when you say sleep apnea, are you saying like when we are sleeping and we stop breathing?
Stop breathing, yes. You are decreasing your amount of oxygen in your blood. So you're that
can cause high blood pressure?
Yes. So if you got sleep apnea, if you have high blood pressure and someone's telling you that you're snoring, and if your significant other is saying, you stop breathing, you have these pauses, you need to go have that diagnosed. And then you need to, if you fix that, you probably can fix your hypertension as well, because that is an underlying or that causes secondary hypertension.
Okay. And maybe you may have said this, but I just want to ask a question just in case you didn't. But how is hypertension diagnosed?
Hypertension is diagnosed, so we measure it. So there may be instances where your blood pressure may be elevated, you have like stress, one-time thing. But we try to take two readings, on two different occasions, 2 different days to see how high your blood pressure is. So they say that high blood pressure now is 130/90. The average blood pressure is 120/80. So it used to be 140/90, but now it's 130/90.
So it's went down?
Yes.
So 130/90
is hypertension.
Really?
Stage 1.
So what caused them to drop the number even lower?
I don't know that.
Okay.
But it studies, we follow the guidelines of this Joint National Commission committee, and they do several studies, and they tell different recommendations of how to treat it, and they tell us about, high blood pressure.
Okay. Now the question is how if a person has high blood pressure, how can it be managed? Like, what are some things that we can do to either manage our high blood pressure or possibly altogether eliminate having high blood pressure?
So there are lifestyle changes is one way. So
now when you say lifestyle change, like give me an example.
Okay.
Because lifestyle maybe I need to go buy a new outfit. No.
If that decrease your stress, So stress is a risk factor also.
Really?
Yes. So
Okay.
lifestyle changes like your diet, reducing your salt intake. We only need about 500 milligrams, but Americans, we do like 10
Per
times.
day? Per day?
We need 10 times per day, but 1.5 grams to 2.3 is permissible.
Okay.
Less is, well, I think we get about, if I say 3,400 milligram, I think is a number that we usually take in. We only need 500 for our body processes though.
Okay.
So 1.5 is like a teaspoon is about all we need. A teaspoon or two is all we need of salt. So you got to be more conscious with what you're eating, about your carbohydrates. Make sure you eat fresh fruit and vegetables. Fish, has that omega-3 fatty acids. That's good for high blood pressure and carbohydrate. Okay, tobacco use. We need to stop that because that nicotine kind of constricts your blood vessels. We need to reduce the amount of alcohol we take. And of course, if we have the sedentary lifestyle, the obesity, that's a risk factor of cause of secondary hypertension. So 30 minutes of moderate to intense exercise daily will help to keep that blood pressure and their weight down. And then we have medication management until you get it together with your lifestyle changes.
Okay. So what are some ways I can prevent high blood pressure?
Well, that's one way, but the management is, so all of those things with the prevention, what I just talked about, and management is reducing and managing your stress. Regular checking of your blood pressure is managing it, and then treating it. Like I say, you can come to us to Virtual Wellness Healthcare for the help. We can help you manage your blood pressure by prescribing you medications. Like I said, if it's the primary, then it's some unknown. You might not be able to get rid of that with the preventative measures that I was talking about, but we can manage it with pharmacological measures.
So let me ask you this, Dr. Randle. Do you see more males with high blood pressure than females? And if that's the case, like what is triggering that? Is because we just don't want to go to see go to like an urgent care clinic or a medical clinic or what?
Well, I don't say it's more men, but more men, I guess we kind of find it accidentally with more men because, y'all don't like to go to the doctor.
Okay.
So you're walking around with this high blood pressure, and high blood pressure is like considered a silent killer anyway. Sometimes you have symptoms and sometimes you don't, or sometimes you think it's something else, so you don't recognize it as high blood pressure.
Okay, then let's talk about the symptoms. What are the symptoms of high blood pressure?
Okay, so you may have morning headache, irregular heartbeat, vision changes, sometimes buzzing in the ears, sometimes nausea,
Really?
And you may have some chest pain, some angina going on.
What's angina? Now, look, you got to talk this way. Look, okay. Okay. I just want to make sure my viewers go,
yeah.
Okay, now Kevin's good about, having them to like dumb it down. So, chest pain.
Chest pain. I need to be mindful of using medical terms too.
Okay.
I use layman terms.
Okay. So, does blood pressure or high blood pressure vary with age or no?
Yes, it does. So, you know how the body, we go through these changes as we get older. So that goes for the cardiovascular system. Also, the blood vessels lose their elasticity, so they're stiffer. So when it's stiffer, it's hard to move that blood through a heart. The heart got to work a little bit harder to try to get through those stiff blood vessels. So that's why, because the collagen decrease, which is helps the elasticity in our skin and our blood vessels. So because of that is why it goes up. And so we have to treat them a little bit different. We allow them a little bit of higher blood pressure, and it's usually the top number that's higher in the elderly.
Now, when you say in the elderly, like over the age of 50 or 60?
60.
60 and above?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's higher in that age bracket? Because just things are kind of going I guess, taking this course, so to speak?
Yeah, you know how our skins get saggy.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have the collagen and elasticity. Our blood vessels are
Mm.
getting stiffer. So,
Mm.
you know, because of that stiffness, it's just hard to just imagine trying to pump through something that don't move. You know,
Right.
it's harder to get it through there as far as when you're younger. You know, it kind of goes with it. You know, with the
Mm-hmm.
flow or with the pressure, but it's like it's non-compliant when it's stiff.
Mm-hmm. And last question I have is menopause. So if a female is going through menopause, does that affect their blood pressure?
Yes. And that can do, you know, our hormones are fluctuating or our imbalance of hormones.
Mm-hmm.
So, like with the estrogen, that kind of, you know, it stimulates collagen and elastin. So, like with the elderly, you
Mm-hmm.
know, your vessels get stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's basically it. It's like we're not 60 yet, but you know, because of our estrogen level is decreasing,
Mm-hmm.
then that's the reason why.
So Debbie Blair, Houston says, so my son has sleep apnea. He is now sleeping with that medicine, no, with that machine now. But should he get his blood pressure checked? Because he's a large boy, not fat, but super tall and about 6'3" and solid. He
Mm-hmm.
is 27 years young.
Mm-hmm.
What's your response to that?
Yes, he should. You know, I think everyone should get regular blood pressure checks because, like I said, it's a silent killer. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we don't catch it until we're in a hospital for some kind of cardiac event or stroke or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, something like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you need to. So, and there's these little machines in like the pharmacy or
Mm-hmm. Like
wherever.
Walgreens and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
just
Yeah.
check your blood pressure. You know, sit down, rest. You know, because if you've been walking around all that stuff, it's gonna be a little bit higher. If you just eating a big meal, it's gonna be a little bit higher. So sit
Okay.
down and rest, take some deep breaths, and then take your blood pressure.
So let me ask you this question, because when you said sit down and rest, I know when it comes to DOT drivers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and their blood pressure is elevated, why do you have, or is it true that they need to like lie flat and maybe rest for about 10 or 15 minutes before you check it again, or what?
When you tell me when they come in,
To go through the
or
DOT physical.
well, you know, if you got high blood pressure, if you've been sitting out in the office for a while, then
Hmm.
you should have been sitting enough. Also, they have this thing called white coat syndrome. You know, like when you're in the medical office, your blood pressure might be a little bit high. So try to take it at home, and then also let it go into a medical facility and have them to check it also. But
Okay.
sitting down, you know, we'll give them an opportunity to sit down and rest. You don't have to lay
Okay.
down and all of that. So
Okay. Okay. And lastly, you all's company website is virtualwellnesshealthcare.com. Is that correct?
that's it.
And you all are what, Monday through Friday?
We are 5 to 11 online. We are telehealth mostly, but we're hybrid. But Monday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Every Thursday, we're in office from
Okay.
5 to 8. And
Okay.
then we're online. And then on Saturdays, we're all day, like 9 to 11, 9 a.m. to 11 at night. And every third Saturday, we're 9 to noon.
Okay. But to make it convenient, if it's nothing major, then majority of you all's appointments are online, correct?
Yes.
Or telemedicine, right?
Telemedicine. Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, for those of you that are wanting to book a telemedicine appointment
Yes.
with Dr. Sharonda Randle and her staff, the website is virtualwellnesshealthcare.com, and I'll be sure to also put it in the comments for you all to see it, or even adding into the inserting into the to the bio. Dr. Randall, it's truly been an honor and a privilege to get some insight on hypertension, aka high blood pressure, and we look forward for you coming back again and kind of sharing some different insights on a different topic. But again, thank you for being a part of Medical Monday. And again, Dr. Sharonda Randle with Virtual Wellness Healthcare. And again, the company website is virtualwellnesshealthcare.com. This has been another Medical Monday. And remember, our goal is to educate, equip, and empower our audiences on these shows. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Does this sound familiar to you? You're driving with family or friends. All of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, you're involved in an accident. The next thing you do is call your insurance, only to learn you don't have the adequate coverage you thought you had, and your insurance company tells you, sorry, but there's nothing we can do. What do you do? Are you left to figure out the next move? How do you handle this financial burden you are now faced with? Well, there is a solution. I'm Daniel C. with C Farmers Agency in Sherwood. We understand that not every person's insurance needs are the same. We help you understand why it's important to make smart decisions when it comes to you and your family in the event of an accident at home or on the road. We ensure you have the right amount of coverage for your valuables with renters and homeowners insurance. Ready to get smarter about your insurance coverage and get that VIP treatment you deserve? Here's what to do. Call us to set up your free policy review or text free quote to 501-835-2858. Get smarter about your insurance needs and make sure your family is protected the way you want them to be. We are farmers.
Hi, I'm Kevin Williams, founder of Team Vision, a digital marketing and media company that was founded accidentally when I was on a journey of exploring the most effective ways to market. My marketing strategy was like most entrepreneurs, through radio ads, business cards, door hangers, billboards, and word of mouth. I quickly learned that traditional marketing, unlike digital marketing, cannot be measured. Our company's existence was built on growing businesses by effective marketing that can be measured. Remember, if you want to do something that's been done before, you can always hire a manager. If you want to do something that's never been done before, you can always hire a visionary.